See which Ole Miss program is ranking top in the nation for the 8th consecutive year.
And you won't have to crunch the numbers to figure this one out.
Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Caliguire.
And I'm Avery Sadler.
It's that time of year where it seems like there's an event going on every single week, and tonight is no exception.
Everybody's Formal is exactly what it sounds like, a formal for everybody, and NewsWatch reporter Annie Sharp is in studio to tell us more about it. Annie?
Thanks, guys. Yes, tonight is the third annual Everybody's Formal hosted by the Associated Student Body. After all the exclusive Greek life events going on last week, this formal continues to give everyone a chance to be a part of something together as an Ole Miss community. This year will be the first year that the formal is held at the Jefferson. ASB, with the help of many Greek organizations, is putting on the third annual Everybody's Formal.
It's just a chance for students all across campus to come together and celebrate our school. I have been in the past. It actually started my freshman year, so it's kind of a formal that has a special place in my heart.
This formal is meant to be a way to bring the whole Ole Miss community together.
A lot of the international students who've never been to a homecoming dance or a formal, or there's a lot of first-year students who have never been to a homecoming dance get to come, and they get to do it in college for the first time, so it's really, really special to see all the aspects of Ole Miss campus whose students' paths went across, come across, and by the end of the night, everybody's dancing and having.
This year is the first year that Everybody's Formal will be held at the Jefferson.
So I've been to Everybody's Formal since my freshman year, and it's just so fun to go with all your friends who are in different Greek houses and who aren't in Greek life. It's just a great way for all students to get together and have fun. This is leave from the Jackson Avenue Center. They're free. You just get on. And it's at the Jefferson, and I think buses start at 7:45, and the dance actually starts at 8 to midnight.
ASB was still reaching out for sponsors yesterday for tonight's dance. Luckily, Greek organizations, along with many other student groups, have stepped up to help make this formal possible when ASB's usual sponsors were short of money. The buses start running in a few hours, so you better start getting ready now. Sarah Kate, back to you at the desk.
Happy homecoming!
Thanks, Annie. The homecoming court is pumped and ready as students lined up to wait for their shaved ice from Snowbiz this afternoon. The Student Activities Association is providing the shaved ice for free, and students are encouraged to come by the truck for the sweet treat. Student Activities Director Rosa Sala says the heat makes Snowbiz perfect. The Snowbiz truck will be on campus all week on Business Row. Dozens of Greek students will be working through the night to make sure their floats are ready for the homecoming parade tomorrow. Alpha Phi, Phi Tau, and Kappa Alpha Theta purchased 50,000 sheets of tissue paper and pomped 24,000 little flowers to cover the float. Pomping refers to folding and fluffing pieces of tissue paper. There will be 8 or more Greek floats in the parade, which will start at 5 p.m. tomorrow and will go from the circle to the square. Make sure to tune in tomorrow right at 5. We'll have a live interview with this year's homecoming queen.
On Friday, October 19th, the Ole Miss men's and women's basketball teams will be hosting the 5th Square Jam on the Oxford Square. The Rebels will showcase their skills on a basketball court in the parking lot in front of City Hall on the east side of the square. There will be player introductions, a three-point contest, a dunking contest, and other surprises. This year, kids will be given the opportunity to show their skills in the Rebel Kids Dunk Contest. The coaches are excited to tip off the season with the community. Last week, the Oxford Board of Aldermen approved a year-long contract for Mississippi Critters. Mississippi Critters is a no-kill animal shelter that will serve animals from Oxford and Lafayette County. The Oxford-Lafayette Humane Society did not have their contract renewed after nearly 25 years of operation. The Mississippi Critters will be moving into the OLHS facility. The biggest difference in OLHS and Mississippi Critters is that it will be run as a no-kill facility. Mississippi Critters partners with Bottle Tree Animal Hospital and Animal Clinic of Oxford to provide spay and neuter and vaccination services.
President Trump was in South Haven on Tuesday to endorse Senator Sidney Hyde-Smith, and while one high school student was hoping to attend, she's claiming she was thrown out of the rally because of what she was wearing.
It's not. It's not okay for it to happen to anybody. It's not okay for us to be so divided in our world that people who may not agree with everything the president said can't come and listen to him speak. There's a problem with that.
Alexis Cobb was wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Cobb says she was waiting in line at a concession stand when a Secret Service agent approached her and asked her to leave. About 10,000 people are thought to have attended the rally. No decision has been made on the trial of Quentin Tellis, the man accused of murder in Louisiana and Mississippi. The Mississippi jury couldn't reach a verdict on the separate murder charges, and a mistrial was again declared on Monday for his trial on capital murder charges in the 2014 burning of Jessica Chambers. A 2017 jury was previously deadlocked in Batesville. Currently, Tellis is serving a conviction for burglary in Panola County, and he has been convicted of other crimes previously.
40-year-old Gabriel Curtis was found guilty of first-degree murder in the death of Willis Cassidy Jr. Curtis had been living in Cassidy's home, working as a paid caregiver. The investigation began when the Harrison County Sheriff's Office received a call saying that Curtis had admitted in a Facebook message that he killed his roommate. Police found a violent crime scene including a dead dog and a blanket saturated in blood. Curtis admitted to killing Cassidy but told officers he didn't mean to. He also admitted to dumping Cassidy's body on an abandoned road. Curtis was sentenced to life in prison. More than 40,000 Americans have taken out alien abduction insurance. Mississippi is one of the top states where someone might see a UFO after having 5,721 UFO sightings between 1940 and 2017. The odds of someone in Mississippi seeing a UFO are 522 to 1, making the state the 13th best. Many people have said that they didn't even report their sightings because of what others would think. There have been multiple reported stories of unusual sightings as well.
The Patterson School of Accountancy is ranked as a top 10 program in the nation for the 8th consecutive year.
As NewsWatch reporter Turner St. Romain found out, the school is obviously pleased with their efforts.
Dean of the accounting school, Mark Wilder, appreciates the national ranking and enjoys the way it helps the school to improve year after year and to continuously strive to get better.
Essentially everything that we do, and it's wonderful to have the recognition. It helps us recruit students to come to school here, top students. It helps recruit faculty. It, I think, increases the value of the degrees that all of our alumni have already received, and it's just fun to be a part of a program that's nationally ranked, and I know our reputation across the country has really been enhanced.
One accounting professor gave us his detailed description about why he thinks Ole Miss is different than other accounting schools.
Things I think that differentiates us from maybe some of the other top programs is that we have, despite our growth, tried to maintain a personal connection with all the students. So all of our classes are taught by faculty members. We're all CPAs. We try not to break out into too many sections taught by graduate assistants or master's students. So I think that shows that plays well out in the real world as well.
With the Patterson School of Accountancy being nationally ranked in the top 10 for the 8th straight year, the school will continue to recruit the best and brightest students and faculty while striving to improve and maintain its high standards. Turner St. Romain, NewsWatch, Ole Miss.
Coming up, see what key Republican senators are saying about this FBI's investigation into Brett Kavanaugh and if it will affect their vote.
And see what food items that are most likely in your shopping cart are being recalled. But first, Delia Vandevelde has your first look at the current conditions.
Hey there, Oxford, and happy Thursday. It is definitely still feeling like summer with these high humidity, warm temperatures, and we can expect that to continue as we move into the weekend. Taking a look at the current radar, you can see that it's pretty clear in the Oxford area. There are a few showers just west of us, but doesn't seem like it should hit us anytime soon. Stay tuned later for a full report coming up on Stormwatch.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Here she comes. I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said she won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
The FBI's supplemental background report on Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh is out and in the senator's hands. Both sides of the aisle and the White House are responding to the private report.
Senators who requested the supplemental FBI background check got what they requested, and I am ready to vote.
All 100 U.S. senators are being given the opportunity to review the FBI's supplemental background investigation report on Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, but it may come down to what some key senators think of the report.
It's with the Senate now, but we feel very confident.
The White House has reviewed the report and is firmly behind Kavanaugh, as is Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell.
No, the facts do not support the allegations levied at Judge Kavanaugh's character. Instead, many of the facts actually support Judge Kavanaugh's strong, unequivocal denial.
But top Democrats say the investigation into Kavanaugh's past, including sexual assault allegations, is incomplete.
The most notable part of this report is what's not in it.
We are reiterating our call that the documents with proper redaction be made public.
But the FBI's report is not public and will likely never be. And some of those key undecided Republicans have already reviewed the report and said it appears thorough, suggesting that the Senate may move forward with a vote on Kavanaugh by this weekend.
I'll be proud to vote to advance this nomination tomorrow.
The Cancel Kavanaugh protest was held today outside of the E. Barrett Prettyman Federal Courthouse, just a few blocks from the Capitol building. Many crowded outside to protest Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh, and the protesters in attendance marched from the federal courthouse to the Supreme Court to the Senate in hopes of swaying a group of lawmakers considered swing votes in determining Kavanaugh's fate. Many celebrities were also in attendance, including Amy Schumer, Lena Dunham, and Whoopi Goldberg.
Time magazine's latest cover brings together the face of Christine Blasey Ford with her testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee last week. The illustration is composed of words and phrases Ford used during her testimony. Artist John Marudis drew each letter by hand. He placed the words in symbolically significant locations in the illustration. Quotes about Ford's memories were placed on her forehead, and quotes about wanting help were placed on her hands. The full Senate is expected to vote on his nomination Friday and Saturday.
Today, the Department of Justice announced charges against 7 Russian intelligence officers. They are being charged for hacking, identity fraud, wire fraud, and money laundering as part of an effort to distract from Russia's state-sponsored doping program. The current indictment does not arise out of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's work, and 3 of the defendants were also charged in the hacking of the people involved in the 2016 election. Today's announcement comes after Mueller indicted 12 GRU officers in July for allegedly conducting an effort to hack Democrats' emails and computer networks.
A horrific day for South Carolina law enforcement. That's what authorities are calling last night's incident where an officer was killed and 6 others were injured. Law enforcement officers in South Carolina are mourning.
We lost a good friend of mine, an officer that I've known for 30 years.
Florence police officer Terrence Caraway was killed Wednesday. Sheriff's deputies were executing a search warrant when authorities say a man started firing, then blocked himself inside a house. Police officers were shot as they came to help.
The way the suspect was positioned, his view of fire was several hundred yards, so he had an advantage.
3 other officers and 3 deputies were injured during a 2-hour standoff.
These officers went there unknowing the firepower the suspect had.
The suspect was taken into custody shortly afterward. Earlier this year, Officer Caraway was honored for serving the department for 30 years. President Trump was among those offering condolences, offering thoughts and prayers to the authorities, and saying the country is forever grateful for what our law enforcement officers do 24/7, 365.
Pray for these officers and their speedy recovery. Pray for the family who lost the bravest police officer that I have ever known.
Authorities have not released information about the conditions of the injured officers. It is unclear if the suspect will face any charges. Authorities are still determining why he opened fire. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety Inspection Service announced JBS Tolson Incorporated is recalling over 6.5 million pounds of various raw beef products because of a salmonella outbreak. 57 cases of salmonella illnesses are linked to this outbreak in 16 states. The symptoms of salmonella usually begin about 12 to 72 hours after consuming the contaminated food. The most at risk for severe illness include people with weakened immune systems, babies, and the elderly.
You know, Avery, the sun was blazing today, and if I'm being honest, I'm ready for fall weather.
I know, right? At least we had free snowbiz on campus to cool off with. Delia Vandevelde will update us on when this summer heat is to leave in her extended forecast up next on Storm Watch.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
Good evening and welcome back to Storm Watch. We are currently looking at a temperature of 91 degrees with sunny skies and some light winds. As we take a look at the current satellite image, you can see that it's very clear across the Oxford area. Taking a look at the temperatures across the map, you can see that Oxford's at 91, Tupelo and Corinth at 90, Holly Springs at 89, and South Haven at a high of 93 right now. As for tomorrow, we can expect temperatures similar to today's, with a high of 89 in Oxford and Holly Springs, a high of 90 in South Haven, Corinth, and Tupelo. For tonight, we can expect temperatures to drop down to around 68 degrees, with some more clear skies and light winds and no chance of rain. As for tomorrow, expect a high of 89, sunny skies, some more light winds, and a small 10% chance of rain. Now, taking a look at the 5-day forecast, you can see that this weekend it will be sunny and clear for the football game. Moving into next week, we will continue to see those warm temperatures and things start to cool off around Wednesday. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Delia. Coming up, see what big change the Ole Miss Athletics Department made earlier today.
And which teams are going to win the first games of the NLDS next.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Rebel fans, great to have you. Jason Price here for an awesome Thursday edition of Sports Watch. Former Senior Associate Athletic Director for Compliance Matt Ball will be reassigned within the system. Athletic Director Ross Bjork confirmed the reassignment on Wednesday and appointed Julie Owens as Ball's replacement. Bjork declined to comment further on Ball's reassignment and to which department he will be moved. Ball's replacement, Julie Owens, is being promoted after her previous position as Associate Athletic Director for Compliance. All of this comes as Ole Miss is expected to hear a ruling on the second-year bowl ban. Yesterday, USA Today posted their rankings for the highest-paid college football coaches in the nation, and the Mississippi school snuck right into the top 50. Matt Luke is ranked at 44 in the nation as we are handing him $3 million a year, while Mississippi State head coach Joe Moorhead is at number 49 with an annual salary of $2.6 million. Number 1 is no surprise with Nick Saban getting a mere $8.3 million, followed by Urban Meyer and Jim Harbaugh to round off the top 3. Just these 3 coaches make almost $24 million combined. And to make it even more ridiculous, 2 former assistants for Nick Saban are also in the top 10, with Jimbo Fisher at number 4 and Kirby Smart at number 6. The 8-4-1 Rebel soccer team is winning both on the field and in the classroom. For the 8th year in a row, Ole Miss has been named the recipient of the United Soccer Coaches Team Academic Award. The award is for the 2017 through 2018 academic year and is given to teams that possess a cumulative GPA of at least 3.0. The Rebels said 3.0, too easy. Ole Miss currently has the best team GPA in the SEC with a 3.67, and they are ranked 15th in the nation. During the 2017-2018 year, the team had a whopping 14 4.0 GPAs. Congratulations to the Lady Rebels and keep up the good work. Last night, the Oakland A's and the New York Yankees went to head-to-head in the Yankee Stadium for the American League wild-card game. The Yankees started off the game hot, scoring 2 runs in the first, and Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton made sure they weren't slowing down anytime soon. The pair each hit a home run and helped score 3 of the Yankees' 7 final points. The Pinstripes sealed the 7-2 win, and now the matchup everyone wanted. The Yankees will be taking on the Boston Red Sox in the American League Division Series. Speaking of baseball, the National League Division Series is currently underway between the Colorado Rockies and the Milwaukee Brewers. The Rockies entered the matchup 91-72, and the Brewers are currently 96-67. After a clutch 2-1 win over the Cubs, the Rockies are hoping to keep the hot streak rolling while pitching left-handed pitcher Tyler Anderson. With Anderson being a lefty, the Rockies' defense is going to have to step up, as the Brewers are 24-19 against lefties. The Brewers are currently winning 2-0 in the top of the 4th inning. And finally, tonight is a Thursday night football game between the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. Even though this matchup isn't the same without the Manning-Brady showdown we all loved, I wouldn't want to miss this game. With both Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski both returning tonight, expect Brady to be popping off on all cylinders. Andrew Luck and the Colts will have to play a different team in order to beat the Patriots, so I'm pretty confident that the Pats will get this one done. But no matter who is winning, make sure to cheer on the former Rebel running back Jordan Wilkins, who's the running back for the Colts. Well, that's all from me, but if you want more sports, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NewsWatch_UM for more sports updates. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jason. Taco Bell, South Depot, or Chipotle, which is your favorite Mexican restaurant in Oxford? I think I'd have to say South Depot.
I'm going to have to say South Depot too, Sarah Kate, but stay tuned because you'll sure want to talk about this national holiday.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
In case you need an excuse to eat tacos today, it's National Taco Day. This beloved and delicious food is honored each year on October 4th. To celebrate at home, make a taco bar for your family dinner tonight, complete with your choice of meat and all your favorite toppings, or score a deal while you're out.
Taco Bell is offering 4 tacos for $5, or you can get unlimited tacos for $9 at On the Border. If neither restaurant is in your area, you can check out nationaltacoday.com for all of the available details.
Okay, I think that really means I need a taco tonight.
Oh yeah, me too.
Speaking of tacos, it's probably not the best weather to eat a taco right now since it's pretty hot outside, but what can we expect for the homecoming game?
So this weekend, it will continue to be hot. There's a high of 87 on Saturday, but it should be sunny, so at least we won't have any rain.
You're right. Thanks, Delia. That's all we have for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Sarah Kate Caliguire.
Be sure to join us here again tomorrow night at 5 and on NewsWatchOleMiss.com. I'm Avery Sadler. Thank you and good night.